All right, welcome back, guys. So this video is going to be my starter build, the one that I want to play. Um, so this is going to be the Reaper Queen build, is what I'm calling it. We are playing Vex, and we're going to be using Reapers as our main damage, um, along with our Spectres as well. But the way we'll go over the talents first, and then we'll sort of talk about how it's planned to work. Remember, these are all theory crafted builds, so subject to change. I'll keep the builds updated the best as I can. All right. So starting off, we're taking 5 points into Sanguine Friend. We get some health regen over time, um, for you and your minion. All right. From there, we are jumping over to Cursed Blade. Vex's melee attacks apply curse to hit enemies. Curse to the hit enemies, making them take kinetic status effect damage anytime they take gun damage. Now this changes once we get this point. Curse damage now triggers on minion melee damage and deals increased damage when it's triggered by a critical hit. 200% increased curse damage. So that's pretty cool. Um, Moving on over here, we're going to grab a Blood Sacrifice. Kill skills are triggered whenever Vex's minions die. So our minions are on a duration as long as, because their health degens until they die. So that should trigger it. We just keep rotating our minions and triggering on kill effects that way, even if we're not killing things at the time. Grave Quickening, kill skill. Vex gains increased action skill cooldown rate. So you get 3% per kill, up to stacks of 3. So this is 9% action skill cooldown rate as long as you've killed 3 things in the last 10 seconds. So just try and keep that up. Keep those kills rolling in. Keep that action skill cooldown rolling. Alright, then we get down to this area. Now we're going to take our first augment, which is Hellish Harvest. Minion skill Reapers gain the ability to use Hellish Harvest, dealing melee damage 3 times in a large area around themselves and regenerating health for each enemy hit. Reapers will use Hellish Harvest on spawn and every third time they melee attack. Damage is 32, health regenerated 15, max health per hit. Okay. Moving on over to here, we are going to grab Obedient Fiend. Vex gains increased minion damage. Minion skills and command skills gain further increased damage. So this is just damage talent. This one here is a buff that you apply. So Vex gains stacks of Ancient Right for each of her active minions every second. So if you have 2 minions, you will get 2 stacks every second. If you have 3 minions, you get 3 stacks every second. You can get to a maximum of 40 stacks that give you a 0.2% minion damage multiplier per stack. So the idea is those stacks will last for 8 seconds, and you want to just rotate your minions in a way that you never don't have a minion out, right? Or if you do have some downtime, hopefully it's you can get another one out within that 8 second window, so you can just keep that max 40 stack up for the big damage bonus. Okay, which it should be quite easy to do. Moving on over, Vex and her Spectres deal bonus damage with gun criticals. Bonus damage is a random element type that applies on reload and is increased for each active attunement. Okay, attunements are these. Wait, I don't know where the attunement was. Anyway, we'll keep going. Spirit Bomb. Reapers gain maximum health capacity and will release a Spirit Bomb remnant when they die, dealing damage of their elemental type to nearby enemies. Now, I have been thinking about maybe using some of these points in this one because this just sounds really cool. Um, Attuned kill skill. While Vex is attuned to corrosive, killing an enemy creates a haunting remnant minion for a duration that seeks out nearby minions, dealing corrosive status effect damage over time. And those remnants last for 24 seconds, so might have to play with this once we get our hands on the game and see how effective they are. But this is definitely something I'm looking at. Okay, moving on down here to Dina. Death Ringer gains an additional charge. So Death Ringer is our main ability. That's the one that summons either our Spectres or our Reapers. So this will just mean we can have two charges stacked. What I'm hoping is when a charge is on cooldown, that it starts regenning immediately so that we can do that staggering of the cooldowns a little nicer. And then we've got this one over here, Wither, Minion Skills. So this is our second augment. Minion skill, Spectre casts Wither on enemy when they spawn, dealing status effect damage over time and increased damage taken for a duration. I'm mainly taking this because Wither is a 30% damage multi, so I feel like throwing out a Spectre to get this buff up will really be nice on bosses. So yeah. And then our last Capstone is Vex can equip two augments and gains the ability to use Dark Pact. Dark Pact, press and hold F to fully restore health of all active phase clones, as well as grant increased move speed and minion attack speed for a duration. Phase clones do not lose health over time while Dark Pact is active, and health loss is reset when Dark Pact ends. Minion move speed multi 30%, minion attack speed multi 30%, duration 12 seconds, cooldown 42 seconds. So there you have it. This is going to be my day one build. Oh, sorry, I nearly skipped over. We've got more passives over here. Sorry. So we take 5 in here, restore a percent of missing action skill duration. This is just so we can restore our action skill to summon more minions. And this restores 4%. So on kill. So if you're killing a lot, this should really carry pretty hard. We grab 3 points into Hasty Fiend. Minions gain, you and your minions gain increased move speed and damage reduction. 2 points down into Overprotective. Kill skills, Vex and her minions gain Overshield. And then finish up with Claw and Bang. Vex and her minions gain increased melee damage and ordnance damage. Okay, now we're done. So I hope you guys have a lot of fun with Borderlands 4. I will be releasing lots of videos, lots of, find all the hidden secret type videos, more build guides. Once we get our hands on firmwares and upgrades and all the class mods, I will revisit these builds. I will update them so they are nice and powerful. And yeah, so like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Peace.